and welcome back once again. My name is Jonathan, and this is my channel, John's Rockin' Vinyl 77. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with what we got today. Today I have about 25 to 30 CDs I'm going to show you guys that are new into the collection. I've been I've added probably, probably all these in the last month or so. So, kind of show you guys what I got, and trying to get ready for the next vinyl update, which is going to be pretty cool. I got some kind of interesting finds that I think you guys are going to be interested in looking at. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. A lot of this stuff is kind of, your typical kind of classic rock stuff, but it's all like really good stuff. And there's a lot of 60s and early 70s stuff, and also a little bit of 80s. And yeah. So yeah, let's just kind of get to that. So first off, we got this little classic Van Halen 5150. Of course, the first one with Sammy Hagar on vocals. I think this is probably the best of the Sammy Hagar records with Van Halen, so pretty dang awesome. Of course, Summer Nights, Good Enough, Why Can't This Be Love, Dreams, Best of Both Worlds, Love Walks In, 5150. It's like a hit parade. It's like such a great, and it's not wimpy. Like, there's definitely some ballad type stuff on here, but it's not wimpy. You know what I mean? So it's got that little bit of that drive to it. It's not nearly as edgy as like the early, the David Lee Roth stuff, but still a really good record, and probably my favorite of the Sammy Hagar era stuff. So there you go, Van Halen, 5150. And then up next, I got a little Quicksilver Messenger Service Happy Trails. And I found this probably the longest ago. I don't know. I might have actually put this in my other video, but I'm not 100% sure. I might have forgot about it. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, if I showed it, please forgive me. But it's the late 80s version instead of the version I already had, like the 90s, late 90s reissue. And of course it has the Who Do You Love, a whole side of one, kind of famous version of Who Do You Love. So pretty cool little addition, Quicksilver. Alright, and then next I got Pat Travers Band, Crash and Burn from 1980. This is, I believe, their third album. Really good, kind of like hard rock mostly, but they also do some interesting things. There's definitely like some reggae influence tracks, a little bit of that, and even they do a Bob Marley cover. They do Is This Love, and a little bit of a bit different flavor put in the Bob Marley version, which is kind of entertaining. So I like it. I think it's pretty cool. It's a little bit different from their other stuff, so kind of cool. Anyway, that's the Pat Travers Band, Crash and Burn. A little bit rare CD to find, so I was happy to see that in the wild. So, and then we got Boston Don't Look Back, just a straight up classic, phenomenal record. Everybody knows it. No explanation needed. This is one of the newer, like remastering of Don't Look Back, so I thought I'd go ahead and grab one. It's got some extra pictures and stuff. There's no bonus tracks or anything, so nothing like that, unfortunately, but still really cool. And it's a great, one of the great albums of the era. So very happy to have this version in the collection finally. So what else do I have? I have a lot of 60s stuff in a row, pretty much. So we got Fresh Cream by Cream, of course. And this is probably the only CD I was missing from my Cream collection, other than like some live stuff. So yes, of course it's got I Feel Free, stuff like that. A Spoonful, of course. Rolling and Tumbling. I'm So Glad. But yeah, this is the first Cream album from like 1966. So pretty early on. From psychedelic from the get-go. Definitely has a little more blues, a little bit more rooted in the blues, but it's got that psychedelic undertones definitely during it too. So really cool. Probably not my favorite Cream album, but still a really good record for what it is. So yeah, glad to add that to the collection. And of course, to find that at just like a thrift store randomly is crazy. So, and here is my one and only online purchase. It's another Uriah Heep hole kind of ad. The Byron Band on the Rocks and Ken Hensley Proud Words on a Dusty Shelf, double 2 albums on 1 CD. I'm really happy to add that to the collection. And of course, the Byron Band on the Rocks album is one of the final things David Byron ever did before he passed away, sadly, in 1984. But there's some like demo stuff, some rare tracks and stuff that are kind of hidden and stuff. And they came out later, posthumously. So anyway, yeah, that's what we got. We got the Uriah Heep edition, and of course, the Ken Hensley Proud Words on a Dusty Shelf is a excellent album. So yeah, really cool, and then happy to add it to the collection once again. And you guys will learn much more about Uriah Heep in my next update. I got some really cool Uriah Heep purchases recently, so keep tuned for that. It's going to be kind of exciting. So. Alright, and then up next I got this little classic, 10 Years After, Cricklewood Green, from I believe, what is this, 1970? Or 1971? Something like that. Just a classic, kind of bluesy, hard rock album. This is probably one of the harder rocking 10 Years After albums. So happy to add that to the collection. I previously did not have this on CD, so very happy to have that now. So, yeah. Has songs like Sugar the Road, Working on the Road, Me and My Baby, of course, Love Like a Man, which is awesome, Circles, As the Sun Still Burns Away, which is a freaking awesome closing track, Proto Metal as Hell, awesome, what an awesome song. If Here's homework for you guys. Check out As the Sun Still Burns Away. That song is freaking amazing, so check that out. And you'll know why I like 10 Years After so much. Alright, and up next I got a little Butterfield Blues band with their album The Resurrection of Pig Boy Crabshaw. And I have this on vinyl. I've never owned the CD, so glad to find that on CD. Pretty awesome kind of psychedelic blues album. This is probably one of their more kind of psychedelic albums. So yeah, kind of cool, kind of a cool record. And what else have I got? I got a little more Butterfield somewhere. Here we go. A little East-West action right here. Excellent, absolutely excellent album. I found this again in the same stack of all those. So excited to have that. Of course, the excellent East-West epic, kind of like this bluesy Eastern kind of sounding track. Really cool. There's so much cool stuff on here. Highly recommended if you haven't checked it out yet. Pretty famous album, so definitely recommend everybody checking that out if you haven't yet. And then what else do I have? I have a little Eric Burdon and the Animals. This is The Best of the Animals from 1966 to 1968. A little Polydor compilation CD. And this kind of consists of kind of like their more garagey era towards their more psychedelic stuff. So kind of has that, their more psychedelic period, kind of like, they're more kind of under the radar tracks and stuff. So not like, it's not like what is it? Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood and stuff like that. It's none of that kind of stuff. It's more of their psychedelic era. So kind of cool, kind of deep stuff. So pretty cool little ad there. And then we got The Electric Flag, A Long Time Coming. Of course, this has their awesome track, their awesome version of Killing Floor. absolutely killer. This is just like your premier, like, I guess you would call it heavy blues rock. Definitely got that edge to it. They do a version of Sunny on here. Easy Rider. Of course, they do the theme to Easy Rider. So awesome addition to the collection. So happy to have it on CD. Of course, I had it on vinyl for a long time. Cool to add it on CD finally. Then I have this little awesome CD, Procol Harum, A Salty Dog and Home. It's a 2 CD, and it's just got, of course, their classic A Salty Dog and their other classic, Home. So, really good, 2 really good records on 2 CDs together in one case. And it's on that BGO Records. Love a lot of the releases on this label. Very happy to add that to the collection. Of course, another local find. Can't believe I found this. So stoked to add this to the collection. All right, and then we got the Beatles Help, of course. Everybody knows Help. But yeah, just had to show that. A little bit harder to find these newer 2009 remasters than like the older like 80s ones. Those are the ones I always see at thrift stores. So happy to add this to the collection for fairly cheap. So very happy to find that. So well, what else do I have? Another Beatles related item. We got George Harrison, All Things Must Pass. This is the 2001 digitally remastered version. And once again, found at a thrift store. Believe it or not. Crazily enough. And I know the new remaster just came out, so perfect timing to find this. And of course, this is one of the finest Beatles solo albums ever made. So if you haven't dug into this album at all, and you're thinking about it, definitely now is the time with the new remaster and everything. But super happy to add that to the collection. So, and what else do I have? I have yet again another kind of 2 CD box set-y type thing. This is Exile on Main Street by the Rolling Stones. And this is one of my more, definitely one of my favorite Rolling Stones albums from this period, for sure. I'm a really big fan of the earlier period. I'm a really big fan of this era, the early 70s stuff, but then like that middle period, not so much. But yeah, this is one of the better ones to me. All the songs are really well, crafted and everything. And of course, R.I.P. to Charlie Watts, which recently passed away. He just recently passed away. A few days ago, really. So R.I.P. to him. And Rolling Stones, Exile on Main Street. Can't be beat. And once again, another Rolling Stones release. We got Some Girls, of course, with the, I don't know how you would it's like a remake of the cover. It's got like the little thing where you can pull the faces out. And of course, a really cool find for me at a thrift store. Never see this kind of stuff, so had to grab it. We're getting down to the last couple of them. So we got Jimi Hendrix Freedom Sessions. This is live at Atlanta Pop Festival, I believe. Yeah, Atlanta Pop Festival. 1968 or whenever it was, something like that. 69, 68. Anyway, just has a bunch of great tracks. Really good live performance from Hendrix. And right here on 2 CDs. Awesome. So. And here's the kind of last of the kind of more 70s, early or late 60s, early 70s stuff. This is the Hampton Grease Band. Of course, this is the band that backed up Joe Cocker. So, pretty cool little find. Of course, they're kind of like a jam band a little bit. Not exactly my particular cup of tea, really. But still a really cool find, and these are pretty collectible. So I was glad to add it to the collection for not a whole lot of money. So very happy to find that. All right, and we're down to 8 CDs. So up next we got Danger Danger on Imagine Records by CBS. And this is kind of like a hairband hard rock record. A little bit more hard rock probably than hairband, really. I'm sure they get labeled hairband because of just coming out of that era. And they don't even really, I don't even think they really fit the hairband look, really. So, like, compared to, like, a lot of the other bands, they're not, like, the big hair, really, so. But anyway, pretty cool record. A little bit AOR, a little bit hair, a little bit hard rock, all mixed in together. Kind of like Trickster and stuff like that, so pretty cool record. And if you haven't checked it out, I do recommend checking it out. And we got a little Michael Bolton, self-titled debut album. Pretty cool CD to find. Don't usually see these that often. And this is kind of more of his kind of like edgier, you know, kind of AOR, hard rock, edgy stuff. He did a little bit early on before he went to like the ballady kind of stuff, which this is still pretty rockin'. There's some rockin' stuff on here, but it's just cool, kind of AOR, you know, arena rock stuff. Done really well written songs. Anyway, yeah, really cool record. And then I got Shooting Star, It's Not Over. Again, kind of that AOR kind of stuff. Really good, kind of like the late 80s Bad Company, kind of like Foreigner, late 80s Foreigner stuff, in that same kind of vein. Pretty good record. And it's, I believe, the last Shooting Star album. They did quite a few, like they started in the 70s, and they did several albums, and this is one of the last ones, if not the last one. All right, and then up next I got Geddy Lee, My Favorite Headache. This is pretty much his only solo album. Pretty hard to find. Actually, I have had pretty difficulty tracking these down. Not the easiest to find. So glad to add that to the collection if you're looking for something to rush but not rush. There we go, Geddy Lee. So, actually featuring Geddy Lee, of course, on bass, vocals, piano, guitar, programming, percussion, stuff like that. And then Ben Mink on electric and acoustic guitars, violins, violas, etc. And Matt Cameron on drums. So if you're looking for Rush that's not Rush, this is that. So pretty cool. And what else have I got? I also got this little AOR classic, Dare, Out of the Silence. This is just a really phenomenal AOR record. One of the better ones, in my opinion. Really front to back, just loaded with a lot of really solid tracks. Just highly recommend everybody checking that out if you haven't heard it yet. In the same vein as like A Giant, stuff like that. A little bit late 80s Foreigner once again, but just really solid. All the songs are really well written. Really good band. Super underrated. And I'm down to the last 3. This is a really cool find. This is Why Can't Tori Read? This is early Tori Amos before she changed her name to, well, she changed, you know, going as Tori Amos. See, this is her band, Why Can't Tori Read, which is more of like, I guess, like 80s kind of synth pop. I mean, it's pretty rockin'. It's kind of like synth rock pop, whatever. A little bit Kate Bushy. I definitely can hear the, you know, the thing there, the comparison. Just a really good like pop rock album. I think it's really good, and you know, taking some of that, some influence from Kate Bush, some influence from Peter Gabriel, stuff like that. Pretty good record, in my opinion. Even though it was pretty much critically panned at the time. I think it's a pretty good, solid album. So anyway, yeah. And this is just like a kind of like a bootleg version of it. And originals of this go for like astronomical, crazy prices. I have the 2017 remaster, official remaster. This is just like a kind of like a bootleg from probably from the CD itself. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's remaster or anything, so pretty cool. So yeah. And then I got Airaid. This is just a hard rock kind of AOR hard rock, near approaching the metal side, but not quite. Produced by Eddie Kramer, of course. Really awesome, just kind of hard rock record. Pretty rare, and I was so surprised to see this in the wild, so glad to add that to the collection. And then last, but certainly not least, we have Hard Knocks. And this is super rare CD. This is actually, the thing that's crazy about this CD in particular, is that it actually is the band that was known as the Hard Knocks Band from, well, I believe like from Louisiana or Indiana, yeah, from Indiana, and they did an album in the like early '80s, kind of like a proto metal, southern rock proto metal kind of album. So they did that back then, and this is kind of like the follow up to that, which is just super rare to find, and yeah, basically non-existent. So super cool to add that to the collection, and a little bit interesting to see the history on that. So anyway, that's my collection update, and I should have a new vinyl update coming up pretty soon in the next week or so. So until then, hope you guys enjoyed what I showed you guys, and talk to you guys later. Bye.